Would you like to earn yourself some extra money this Christmas? Maybe you want to buy a gift for your friend, for your family. Maybe you want to donate some money to charity. Well, why don't you check out Profit Accumulator? So to find out more and to sign up, check the link in the description and get involved right now with Profit Accumulator.
Hi and welcome to AFTV. You are tuning into the Stats Review Show. I've got a lot of vim in my voice, but I really am forcing it out. We lost yesterday 2-1. We were abysmal. I could have cried this morning. Just This is getting so painful. It is. It really is.
Cried this morning.
I know. I'm sorry. Just the comments.
Sorry, the image in my head was sort of you kind of like asleep, waking up, and then being like,
Right.
bursting into tears.
It's so painful having to review all this, but
my God.
we're here. You know, we're very consistent in our content. We'll give you all the facts, the statistics, and we'll give you our opinions, and you guys can take what you want from it and what you probably already have seen in the performances. As you can see, I've got my good friend and co-host next to my side, James B. Yeah, let's get into this. There's not really much else more to say. I haven't really got anything positive yet to say. Hopefully, we can find something within these stats to review of the game.
We can try. This was an irritating game to analyze because actually the stats tell you we had quite a few shots, and well, not quite a few shots, that, you know, we were in their half a lot and we put the ball in the box a lot, and that actually if the ball just like fell in the right area, we might have nicked a goal, or if Aubameyang like had got on the end of that cross in the first half, that would have been a goal. And you know, it was one of those games where, yeah, maybe if certain things kind of went our way, it might have been different. But the reality is we were poor and we didn't deserve or earn ourselves any luck. And we were crap. Let's just say how it was. We were so bad. So irritating one. It's not like other games where the stats like overwhelmingly proved the point. I think this was one of those games where the naked eye more than anything was like, this is bad. Yeah. This is really, really bad.
Give you the real truth.
I'll give you an example. Right? There's no stat for the average amount of time that a player held onto the ball. And I would love to see that stat. The amount of times someone got the ball and just went, yeah, you can have it. Yeah. And then they get it and they go, cool, thank you for that. I'm being pressed. Let me just protect it. Okay, now you can have it. It's like, it's painful. Just pass the ball.
Honestly,
move it quickly.
know,
that's just an example of where I don't have that stat, but it would just tell the story perfectly.
Yeah, and there's a stat here. Obviously, sorry, I haven't got popped up. I'm just reading through some bits. Obviously, I was very critical on Xhaka and his ability to pass forward. It's frustrating how much he slows down a play, and he had a total passes was 60 yesterday. 54 was successful. 30 were in the opposition half. So it's saying half of them were in the opposing half going forward. Now, if you watch the game, you know it was either too late or it just wasn't happening. Like I was screaming at the telly. So and he wasn't to stand yesterday, in my opinion. But yeah,
or that it went like, or that it went forward, but like to no one. Do you know what I mean? To someone who was crowded out or whatever. Like, you know, Jack has improved immensely under Arteta, but he was so bad yesterday. Let's just say it. You know, and you're right. These are stats. You know, I love to see the angles of his passes and stuff, but maybe somewhere they are out there. But anyway, should we get into this and put ourselves out on misery? Sorry, I know I've seen people on in the comments on other shows say, "Come on, guys, like it's all negative. It's all on this show in particular." We can't make up the stats. We can't pretend things are better than they are.
Yeah.
So we try and just have a laugh about it and just try and like, you know, there's more important things in life, and we're just trying to like, we do our ranting on our news shows, in the fan cams, in the build up, we analyze things deeply. These stats, they're made for grim reading, so we're just going to try and learn from them.
Yeah, and see what we get.
Just try and smile, because like, it is bad. Be
prepared, everyone, for what you're about to see.
Yeah, little warning there.
If you're offended, please turn away. Yeah, go.
Yeah, if you're offended by the state of our club, please turn off now.
Avert your eyes somewhere else.
All right, because this is a different tone to the Arteta debate, for example, that we had on our show. So, and it's got to be. We can't be giving you the same thing every day. Let's just get into it now. I've waffled. Let's go into it. Stat 1. Arsenal have lost 3 consecutive Premier League games at the Emirates for the second time since the start of last season, which was in December 2019. We've not even got to December yet. So that's the second time in 12 months. Before this, they had never suffered 3 consecutive home defeats in the competition.
Wow.
Oh, if that doesn't show you the decline of this club right now, I don't know what will. 3 home defeats in a row, twice in 12 months.
Yeah, in 2 years. I mean, a year, sorry. Yeah.
I don't
know. I mean,
I don't think any club in the top 5 division. No, I'm exaggerating. Yeah. I don't think any club in the Premier League has that record or anything.
No way. No, not right now in the Premier League. Though.
Maybe Fulham. Maybe
3 in a row. Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's bad.
That is a bad stat.
Let's bring it back up. I got it off, but it just really let that soak in.
Yeah, took it in. Yeah, deduce this one. That is.
Let's go into the second stat. Arsenal's tally of 13 points is their lowest after their opening 10 matches of any league campaign since the 1981-82 season. What were you doing in 1981?
Me? Oh, you see me? I weren't supporting Arsenal. I weren't even bored there, bro. Me and you both. We weren't even a twinkle in the eye. Mad.
This is officially the worst ever start to an Arsenal campaign in my life.
Yeah, Lee said it. No, Lee said it. Lee said it. Lee said in the studio, he goes, I've never seen my team play this bad. He goes, we're playing as bad as we were in the 80s. And I was like, wow, that's mad to think. And then that proves it. But wow.
Yeah.
No offense, you're not a prep. But that's fascinating. Wow. I've never seen, this is what I'm saying. It's unrecognizable. I've said it many times. I haven't never seen Arsenal be like this ever. There's not even a glint of old Arsenal or anything. This is a whole new team I'm watching week in, week out.
Don't worry though, we'll still win the FA Cup.
Barely.
Arsenal lost 5 of their last 8 league games. 5 of their last 8 we've lost. This is after having only lost 5 of their first 22 such matches under Mikel Arteta. And that's really. That's a bad dip.
This is like abuse, a form of torture. I'm down, yeah, and it just feels like you're just kicking me in the head. That's what it feels like. I know there's nothing we can do, and I'm sorry, everyone watching. Listen, Lively Cess is currently just in hibernation because it's cold and we are losing, and we're not playing well at all. But yeah, it is. Start torture this one.
I mean. Let's be serious now. 5 and 8 compared to 5 of the last 22, and that was his first 22. So he probably, he wouldn't have had a transfer window for a lot of that. Maybe it's slightly overlapped over 2 seasons. Like something seriously gone wrong. So what? The player stopped playing? Is he trying to do something different now? Has he changed his tactics? What has happened? Because in those 22 games, he played a lot of tough sides as well.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one because obviously I'm just going to refer to like Chelsea. Like Chelsea, when they didn't have a window, when Lampard came in, they still finished high up in the table. They had a good season without a window. So it's not. And we've had now going forward, we've had a window. We're still playing even worse than we did before. So it's just like I don't know what it's down to. Can it really be? I just don't see why the players would give up playing for Arteta. This is what there is a lot of issues within the club. With the Ozil, I spoke about this already. The Ozil situation, William flying to Dubai. attitude problems, and you know what I mean. There's definitely questions definitely about, but I don't know what would have for them to stop playing for Arteta is so.
Look, I'd hope they wouldn't, but they've got a track record of it. They all stopped playing for Emery. We know they stopped playing for Emery.
Yeah, that was clear.
Well, hold on. No, I want to argue myself now.
It's the points.
They didn't perform for Emery, but Lundberg came and there was no managerial bounce. And then Arteta came and things got better, but maybe that was Arteta's coaching. Maybe Arteta took them as far as he could, but the reality is they're just not good enough.
There's an argument. Yeah, there's an argument there, and there's definitely players in the squad that are definitely not to Arsenal's right. They're Arsenal standard right now, but to actual Arsenal, to the Arsenal we know's level, 100%, James. So yeah, it was a managerial bounce when he first come in as well. Would have an effect to it. But yeah, I just don't think the players aren't good enough. I think a lot of players he brought in are at their level, but a lot of the players that have been around for a while need to start looking at themselves.
Let's go to the next stat. Arsenal just 2 shots on target at home to Wolves. Since Wenger left the club, they've only managed fewer in one home game in the Premier League, and that was versus City in December 2019. That was also part of the 3 home game run, the 3 home defeats run. So yeah.
We're kind of in turmoil right now. That is that says we're reverting back, and we really shouldn't be anywhere near this stage as Arsenal, as a club, as a fan, well, us as a whole. We should never be in this position again. We shouldn't have got to that position last year to have that happen to us. And now it's just even more worrying, James. I did read that stat this morning. I checked over that. That's the one I did read this morning. It was just like, it's awful. It's awful.
So bad.
And Aubameyang's down the middle. So we've got what we wanted. Well, what most people were fans of us as well have been screaming, and that still hasn't fixed the problem.
And I think that's what's scaring fans, Cecil.
Yeah.
That's what scares fans, is that we started getting what we wanted, which was Willock and his energy in midfield and his eye for goal. Yeah. Aubameyang with his pace up front, playing down the middle. Nelson, Saka, Willian on the left. Pepe getting game time. We've started getting all these things we wanted, and we look worse. Maybe Arteta was right. Maybe Arteta was right to play this weird hybrid 3 at the back formation, because he knew that we weren't good enough, and he just needed instant results. Should we go to the next stat?
Yeah, let's move forward.
Only Lacazette has scored more goals in the league with 3 than Gabriel with 2. Aubameyang, I can see you. Aubameyang also has 2, though 1 was a penalty. Sorry guys, this is what's been happening in the background.
I have to laugh. Sorry. You're centre back.
Do you know what's so bad about it?
Well, go on.
One's your centre back, and the other's been dropped for like half the games this season.
Yeah.
Didn't start at City. Didn't start at against Sheffield. Didn't start against Leeds, and didn't start yesterday's. So 4 out of 10.
Oh, listen, I have to laugh.
Gets yanked off every game as well.
I have to laugh. Gabriel, poor man, is probably not even on a goal bonus because he's a centre back. He's on a clean sheet bonus. Doesn't even get. He could have got doubled his money, and he probably didn't negotiate that because he thought, nah, we got a Aubameyang, Lacazette, they'll score. Fuck it, hell.
Maybe you raise a good point. Maybe finances are so tight at the club that they're like, look, we can't really afford to be handing out all these goal bonuses.
Yeah.
If you could just like win 1-0,
that's great.
You know, that'd be great.
Even that's a big ask right now. Jeez Louise. I know.
We've done what I call the kind of the
bashing.
Text, you know. This is sort of some head-to-head stats between Arsenal and Wolves that I thought were fascinating from the game. Have a little look at this. So let's break them down, each one. So obviously we had more shots than Wolves, which is, I suppose it's expected with them sitting back and us chasing the game for chasing most of the game. But the fact there's only 2 shots in it is really worrying. How do they still have 11 shots? And actually, before I'll go through the rest of this. I want to show you this. This is our XG. XG is expected goals. It basically looks at, for anyone who doesn't know, it basically looks at the chance you've created, and it gives that chance a rating. Like, it basically measures how good a chance it was.
Yeah, the thicker
the higher.
The thicker. Yeah, sorry, go on. You carry on.
Yeah, what it basically does is it uses that to predict how many goals you kind of should have scored, really. So Wolves scored 2, and their XG was 2, whereas ours was 1.5. So we slightly underperformed. But again, with all the chances that we were supposedly trying to create or did create, and the positions that we, in fairness, did get ourselves in, and the amount of shots we had, how's our XG as low as 1.5 at home?
Yeah, do you know what? I know it's poor. It's again, it goes back to creating the creativity and creating chances is poor within our club right now. But I'm trying to think, like, I don't think there was many clear-cut opportunities from Arsenal. The only one I can
there weren't, and the XG proves it.
Yeah, it's just, it was Saka's that he missed.
Yeah,
even like
that was a good one for Saka, to be fair.
Yeah, people say Aubameyang's header, but I wouldn't say it's clear cut. I'd say Saka's, like, if he got connection on the ball, that's at least hitting the target or a goal. But I don't think. Yeah, it was problems yesterday.
Let's go back to these stats. So we looked at shots. Now let's look at shots on target. They had 5 to our 2. That is absolutely appalling. That is absolutely appalling.
It is. That's awful.
They worked Leno more than we worked Rui Patricio.
Yeah, and one of them was, well, the shots on target would have come from our centre back. And on this note as well, Aubameyang had 8 touches yesterday in the whole game, which is just.
I understand he's an opportunistic striker. He makes the runs, gets a shot away. He's a kind of striker who plays off moments. I get that, but yeah, that's still not good enough. Let's have a look at this. Shots in the box. We had 10. They had 9. So we outshot them in the box by 1. But you know, do you see it? Okay, let me ask you this.
That's really bad. That's really bad. Sorry. I'm just quickly, Jez. I'm reading these stats now. We had 30 crosses.
Yeah.
And then we had 10 shots in the box, but only 2 on target. That is absolutely outrageous. That is outrageous. That is outrageous. I'm sorry. I have to repeat that. That I can't even.
Can I add another layer to that?
Go.
We had 13 shots. 10 of them were in the box. So only 3 were out the box. Now, I can't remember what those 3 were, but doesn't it make you think, like, wow, we don't have players who are able to get the ball outside the box and just have a go, just try something?
No, I can't name Pepe. Only player I know.
Pepe. Yeah, Pepe.
Yeah. Pepe, to take it from outside the box, cut in and shoot and hit the target. Not guarantee a goal, but that's the only player I think I can see in our team creating a shot, a challenging shot outside the box. I remember yesterday, like, Xhaka was getting on the ball and people were like, shoot. And I was looking at them like, what? And they were like, you can score. Oh, I was just like, you're gone, you're deluded.
But then in fairness, you know, no one took the onus and thought, do you know what? There's 20 minutes left. I'm just going to hit one. I'm going to hit one and see if we can work the goalkeeper here. And I appreciate it's easier said than done. They're playing a low block. They're closing you down. I get it. Something. I mean, in these stats here, let's bring them back up. They address how predictable we were. That we had 13 shots, but only 2 of them were on target. 10 of them were in the box. So Wolves knew exactly what space to marshal. And we put 30 crosses in the box. And did nothing. Now, a few weeks back, me and you criticised Arsenal for, I think, attempting like a total of 5 crosses or something against City. Maybe a bit more than that, but it was hardly anything. Fair play. In this game, we needed to do something. We put it in the danger area and tried to cause chaos. But that's the first bit. Get it in the box, the first bit. The second bit is the people in the box doing something and trying to get there and trying to. There were a few decent crosses in the box where Aubameyang got a poor head on it. Holding got a poor head on it. Saka didn't connect with it properly. They should have done better with these chances, in fairness.
Yeah, Holdings. I forgot about Holdings. Yeah, no, that's what it is. I feel I gotta commend. I can't commend him, but got to give Arteta his props for probably working on getting more crosses in the box. Whether that's true or not, it clearly has improved. Because, like you said, I remember analysing the games. I think it was 8 against Man City, and on top of that, there was also a lot of players like Willian and Pepe. When they were the battle for who starts, they were producing 2 crosses each in a game. So see 30, that's clearly an improvement. So fair play to that. But like you just said, it counts for nothing if you can't convert them. It counts for nothing if you're not even making the goalkeeper work. I can only think of the ones you named. So yeah,
I agree. And the last thing here to point out that considering we were chasing the game for how long, basically the whole second half and a bit longer, the fact that we were supposed to be camped in their half and we were the ones trying to make things happen. We only completed 494 passes to their 405. So it's not like, it's not like they didn't have the ball. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We didn't.
Yeah.
They were still happy to knock it about. Where was our press? Where was our intensity? Where was our desire to stop them? Absolutely non-existent.
Mm.
The tone's gone down. We had a little laugh at some of those horrendous stats because I sometimes feel like it's the only way to cope. You laugh rather than cry.
Therapy.
But the tones change when you really break them down. You're like, no, those are so bad.
Bad. It's terrible. And we always say
a couple. They were just a handful that I felt like picking out.
Yeah, and I always say like stats don't determine a game. Sometimes they can give you a false representation of what you're watching. But I mean, we were shit, and the stats back it up. They tell us, you were shit. So
I agree. Should we go into the last stat?
Yes. Hopefully.
It's a we've got here the average position and the heat map of the team, right?
Okay. Left side.
I mean, so let's start with the right. I should start with the heat map. Clearly very left-sided, but the red is all coming either across the back four. The red's quite literally split by the 4 positions. You can see your left back, your 2 centre backs, and your right back, and then
the goalkeeper.
Everything is heavy down the left and a little bit down the right, but everything is just so wide. Like, look at the blue. Look at the blue in what you consider like number 10 areas. You know, like areas where you want your midfielder to get that is where you hurt teams. When you get it in between midfield and defence in those blue patches, they're blue. That
is. Listen, put that back up quickly because I need to just analyze this real quick. So, as you guys can see here, so just to let you guys know, Gabriel was the highest player with the highest amount of touches in the game yesterday. He did 84 touches. Coming in second was Kieran Tierney with 77. So that looks at that side is very heavy dominated. After that was Xhaka. Now those 3 players with the highest amount of touches, that shows that heat map is accurate because that is all I saw yesterday. It went across the defense line, back line, ended up on Gabriel and Tierney's side, and then they would simply just go up and then turn back round. They'll go to the halfway line, turn back round, keep it in there. Like James said, we need someone in the direct in that 10 role to be picking up the ball and creating chances. We do not have that in our locker. And if I'm honest, it can only really go down to the management because that left side, we've been screaming it for ages. Yes, there was a time where it changed. I think after Man United game and the Europa League games up there, it was very balanced. We've now reverted back to our old ways of going down that left, which is very predictable for Arsenal, easy to snuff out, and it's clearly not working.
And I've got a question for you because this kind of follows on to what you were saying about Gabriel. Give me your best answer to this, Cecil.
My best, I'll give you.
Why do we need Gabriel and Xhaka? Look at that average position.
No, we don't. They both do. No, they don't. Gabriel does more than Xhaka. If anything, if anything, you might as well put Louise where Xhaka's playing. You'd get more out.
Xhaka is trying to do exactly what we signed a ball-playing left centre-back to do, which is to step into midfield and thread through the lines and pass. What was the point of signing Gabriel?
Yeah, he doesn't do.
Xhaka's trying to do the same thing.
Yeah, he doesn't do the passes. He just does the breaking. Yeah, you might as well put Gabriel there. He will do more. Effectively, will do more.
But it's also where he's passing from. So he's trying to basically drop into the back line and distribute the ball as well. But that's exactly what we signed, a left-footed centre-back for. We signed Gabriel because we wanted someone with pace who could play on the front foot, who could distribute as well. So why is Xhaka in the team?
Yeah. And I know people at home might be thinking, or people watching may be thinking, like, we're being just harsh and critical on Xhaka. Trust me, there's plenty of other players that should be getting addressed. But we're just saying, and on just to counter it, I think Xhaka, when he plays for Switzerland, when he has someone next to him who does the driving forward and the playing the ball forward and confident and whatnot, he will shine because he just does a job. He's been playing well under Arteta because he just does a simple job. But right now, that simple job just isn't enough for someone. Well, he needs to be able to break up play, be fast, and get run back and support the back line and drive forward. A box to box basically. But right now he's just getting caught in no man's land, and he might be overcoached because he does turn back a lot. But I don't know. But he's just not. Yes,
I put this Granit Xhaka positioning as much down to Arteta as I do Granit Xhaka. I mean, I think it's a coaching thing, and I also think it's Xhaka slightly hiding. Some people say he's taking responsibility, trying to get on the ball. I disagree. I think show trust in Gabriel. He can do that. We need you to try and get the ball in more dangerous areas. But then we look here. You can see on this graphic where the Arsenal badge is, the RSEN is completely untouched.
Yeah.
Because, and I'm not saying I expect someone to be central there. I just expect players to be closer. Look where Sabas is. Look where Willock is, who, in fairness, was trying to make runs, clearly favoured the left. Look, it's all wrong. It's all wrong. And I take you back to that heat map on the right there. Look at the blue. The blue is where basically no one was.
Yeah, and just the red. The red obviously is obviously where the most touches were and where it was active. Just to big up Bert Leno. Don't get me wrong. Everyone kind of had a bad game yesterday. I'm going to say bar Gabriel, maybe Willian. But Bert Leno did 15 total passes and 15 successful passes. He had a 100% pass rate, and I've been critical. Not that I've been personally critical of Leno, but I've been critical of his distribution in a sense. It's just not quick enough. It's just not. It's not clean enough. But yesterday, he done well. And a positive is probably because he was in the away kit and felt like a player.
We should have known the game was going to be a bad day the minute we lined up with our goalkeeper in the away kit.
Honestly,
proper pandemic football, that, isn't it?
2020 is
just turning up like, just give them the white one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, Sunday League football where they're like, look like you're both wearing blue. Like, do you have any bibs? Do you know what I mean?
Exactly that, James. Honestly, exactly that. But yeah, I don't want to.
Yeah,
guys,
I feel good. I feel good
I hope
club now.
Yes, I hope hearing the stats and statistics of the game against Wolves has done something for you. Anything. Maybe lifted the mood. You may not be an Arsenal fan, or maybe it may have reaffirmed your thoughts of Arsenal currently. Hopefully it's done that, because right now it's not great. But
and by the way, I am sorry, guys. Like, I am sorry. I wish I could come here and say, well, this was better and that was better, and in fairness, this looked all right. But I can't lie. I'm gonna bring it up one more time. I can't pretend that 2 shots on target is good, or that 10 in the box is good, or that only 90 passes more than Wolves at home, who are a defensive low block team, is good. Like, but hopefully what this show has done is given everyone a better idea, a bit of understanding, like, can help people accept why we went wrong yesterday, where we went wrong. And you know what to look out for to be better in the next game. And
exactly. That's what this shows. That's what this show's for. Keep the conversation in the comments as well, people as well. We'd love to. We'll be reading them, myself and James, at us as well. We love a discussion. I'm constantly discussing with fans opinions and problems and solutions. So yeah, stay tuned for further content here at AFTV, and thank you guys for watching the Stats Review Show. Take care.
Would you like to earn yourself some extra money this Christmas? Maybe you want to buy a gift for your friend, for your family. Maybe you want to donate some money to charity. Well, why don't you check out Profit Accumulator? With the help of Profit Accumulator, you can learn an easy way to earn some extra money by using a thing called match betting. Match betting is a safe and risk-free way to make money from free bets and promotional offers given out by bookmakers. And when done correctly, you can't lose. So to find out more and to sign up, check the link in the description and get involved right now with Profit Accumulator.